Welcome back. You are on the right channel. Anybody who's off my other channel will recognise this room. Well, not in the dark. So this is my retro room. You probably can't see all games and everything. If you're not from my SHG retro channel, this is where I do all of that. I'm only doing it inside in here now because it's frigging cold outside. Plus it's pitch black. Webley Hawk mk3. What I'm going to do now is completely strip it down, give it a complete clean out, take the trigger apart, give that a good clean as well, degrease it, get rid of that old grease, and then up its power a little, because in the videos as you saw it was shooting about, I think about 8 foot-pounds, 8.2 or something like that. I'll try and get it closer to 9 if I can. These were, like I said, when they come out new, they were only 9.5 foot-pounds at best. I know some, well, you just get another new spring. There's no point getting a new spring because it's new spring is the original spring. You get a high-powered spring. If you can find one that will fit, I'm sure there is one, but that's not what I want to do. It's the ultimate Garden Plinker. Well, it literally is. You've seen me shooting it. I shot that matchstick at 25 yards. Oh yeah, I shot the matchstick at 25 yards, firing 300 pellets. Somebody said in the comments, yeah, but you fired 300 pellets before. Yeah, I'm going to shoot a whole 10 and a bit just to shoot one matchstick for a 1-minute video. Fucking wotard. So I've ordered some spring covers for the scope as well. So they'll be here tomorrow for that. The one thing about the Webley Hawk mk3, when it came out in 77, although it's got a dovetail on it for a scope mount, it was really just based on iron sights. Although they're not there anymore, I've took them off. Well, the front end one, I don't know where that bloody went. That went years ago. The other one, I've took that off now. I've got rid of it because it's just annoying the hell out of me. Plus, while it was there, I couldn't have flip-up caps on my scope. That's why I've got rid of it. Hence why I've ordered them now. I've also, I didn't do a video of it, but I've also, if you've noticed, it's all been blued. I mean, you probably can't see in this light. It's not the best light. I've blued it all now. But the blue dye is a bit weak. Well, metal dye is a bit weak. Watered down stuff. It's not the industrial stuff. The industrial stuff, when I was an engineer, we had some of it. 2 coats and it was done. You did a third and it was jet black. And I don't want jet black, I want blue. So this is like a chromey blue. Unfortunately, the camera don't show it, but it is a really nice blue. Barrel probably needs another couple more coats, but I'm not really that fussed about the barrel. But the compression chamber and everything's come out really nice. So the whole rifle almost looks new. So, like I said, the stock's all redone. But like I said, initially when this came out, it was more of an iron sight rifle. So the problem you have with a scope, your cheek rest is here, down here. Up here where it should be, on your cheek, is for your iron sights. As soon as you put a scope on, it's too high. Yeah. So I have been debating, cutting this bit out here, like that, and then inserting 2 adjustable legs on it so I can raise the cheek piece up, adjust it so I have it adjustable. I might do that actually. Not in this video, one day. But in the meantime, just need to strip it. So I thought, well, I'll do a video and show you how to strip it down. And I'm not going to do it with this bloody screwdriver, that's for sure. Take the stock off. It's only 3 screws. One that side, and that front one. Don't touch the back one, it's just a wood screw. It's only holding the trigger guard onto the stock. It's not actually on the gun frame itself. So take the front one out, and then the 2 sides. Get the stock out of the way. Oh, this is going to be covered in grease, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Dang it. Let's get the barrel pin out. So take it apart, take this pin out, and it'll release. You can get the whole barrel off. You don't need to take that pin out until you're rebuilding it. You can take it out now, it doesn't really matter, but that doesn't hold the barrel at all. Yeah, that's just a barrel stop pin. That's the barrel hinge pin. That's the one you want out, the front one. So with a punch, and I need something to rest on, so it's higher than a soft hammer, a jeweler's hammer, so it's softer than the actual case of the gun. Just tap that out. So unlike the fire rack, this isn't the exact same as the barrel stop pin. The barrel stop pin's a lot wider, so you ain't going to get them mixed up. And then you can just break it apart, but be careful because there's a pin and spring in here, so don't drop them. There, pull that back, gently ease that out, he says. There we go. So that's the pin I was talking about there. And then there's a spring inside as well, which that just shot straight past me. And actually, I'll take that out because I need to clean the spring as well. That's the barrel. So I can show you the flat spot now. But mine hasn't got, it's got a mark on it, but it's not really, yeah, oh God, do it the other way. It's not really a flat spot. So you can see it there. And the camera's not going to focus on it because it's a bit of a retard camera. But it's just there. But mine's not that bad actually. So we'll put the barrel to one side. We don't need that for the minute. Right, so the problems with, get this up, I don't know why I'm laying it down. The problems with the Webley Hawk, there's three main problems. The block pin, it tends to stretch the hole. If you've got the spring under too much pressure, too much load, it will stretch that hole because the casing is not very thick. And in the stock, between the stock and the back of this stop block, the spring block, there's a little gap. It's a big enough gap that you can fit like a 5p piece in between the stock and that. If you did that, put that 5p piece in there, it'll stop it from stretching. Well, not so much a 5p piece, a bit of a 5p piece or something. About 2mm wide. And it'll stop it from moving any further back because between the stock and that is about a 2mm gap. Hence why it stretches when you overload that spring. The other one is the barrel hinges. These are really long compared to a normal rifle. If you get what's that? I don't know, it's just dirt. It's like on the Benjamin Trail, they're about that long. So they're about that long from there to there. So you've got all of this. That's a long way. And over the years, 47 years, slowly you cocking it, pulling back, cocking it, but one of these or both can start to spray out a bit. Yeah, and that's where you get that barrel play side to side. Hence why some people can't hit a sheet of A4 paper at 15 yards. So if it's shooting too far left, it'll be this one. Shooting too far right, it'll be that one. So left is left, right is right. Put it face down, tap it with a rubber mallet, not a hammer. Test it, tap it again. It should be a really snug tight fit, that barrel, when you put it in here. That gets rid of the side to side. And that little blank spot where I was trying to show you just a minute ago on the breech, if it's got that flat spot, it'll give you that up and down as well. So when you're shooting, you might be getting it straight, but your high and low is off. And that's because of that blank spot. Also the, oh, it's still in there. I didn't take it out. Also the pin. If you've got a blank spot, it will get a blank spot on that as well. Just take it out, and next time you put it in, just have it turned a bit so you haven't got that blank spot. You can turn that. So that'll get rid of that up and down as well. That's your three problems, which you can cure dead easy. Another problem is in the trigger. It's like trying to tug off a hippopotamus. It's the spring in here. It's the return spring. You need to take it out, get rid of it, and just put a big pen spring in here, which I'll show you once I dismantle it. I'll show you the big pen spring, what's in here. All it's doing is returning the trigger forward. Yeah, so that's it. Mine's got a big pen spring in it, all it's doing, just returning it. You don't need any more. With that spring in there, that other spring, the original, it's a good like 7-8 pound pull force to get it going. Yeah, it's hard work. Now it's about 3.5-4 pound to get it going, so a lot lighter. But I'm going to clean everything inside here and trigger mechanism and everything as well, just because it's got old gunky grease in there, which has been in there for 47 years basically. I've never stripped it in my life when I've had it, and it's been abused left, right and centre. But just recently I've been trying to look after it, restore it and get it back to normal. Because when I had it, when it was back in the day, it was good fun. It really was good fun, and it was accurate. And then I started spray painting it, sanding it and bashing it around, and I think I lobbed it at my mate one day. I can't remember, that's probably what bent that. But yeah, so we need to get that pin out from the back block. But first, before you remove this back block, you need to get that spring out. To get that spring out, we need to take the trigger off. So you see the C-clip there, we're just going to pull that one off, leave the other two, them two, we'll come back to them in a minute. So we'll just get that one off there first. Don't lose them. A little pin here, just push it through and then pull it out. And then your trigger will just come straight out. And then in here, you can see the little gold thing, that's the spring. Big pen spring. So let's just get it out. Like that. Yeah, ignore because it's bent. I did it pulling it out the other week like an idiot, but it still works. It still returns the trigger. That's all it needs to do. Right, now you've got all that out. That's your pin there for your back block. That's the pin what will release this back block. You know, it's under pressure, but it's not under pressure a lot, so you can push on it. I don't want to mark my desk. Push on it and then push the pin out. So you can get it started like that. Push down and pull the pin and then lift up gently. Okay, there you go. That's how you do it. Now I'll show you what I've done on mine. So this is the back block. This is an old piston seal from Benjamin. And if you look, that's what the spring sits over. And it bashes against that. See that shiny? That's the spring rubbing and bashing against it and everything. That's where you get a twang, twang, twang. Do that, it stops it. End of the twang, twang, twang. And this is strong enough to put up with the spring. So that's all you need to do with that. Get the spring out. There's the spring. So there's the 2-inch spring guide I've put in. There's only a fixed top out on it anyway. 2-inch. These don't come with spring guides. Right? There's no spring guides in these at all when you buy them. When they're new, well, they're not new anymore, but 47 years ago they didn't have spring guides. So put that one in the front there, which I'm going to take out anyway because I ain't going to put it back in though. I just need to sand it just a little bit looser. You don't want the spring guide being tight fit, because if it's super tight fit, that part of the spring is not compressing much. It's not going to increase the power, it's going to decrease it. You want the whole spring to compress. So we'll have to, it's absolutely plastered in here, grease as well. So we'll get that, probably not in this video. Now in there, in that tube there, is the piston. I'm not going to take it out because I've no need to get to the piston. I've already had it taken apart last month. Piston seals are absolutely fine. So cleaned the piston itself and re-greased gently over this end here, not the top end. Don't grease the top end of your piston. So now we just need to get this going. The problem is, it's that, isn't it? This is your safety. Oh, yeah. It's an automatic safety, so when you cock it, it activates the safety on, so it won't fire. So you have to push forward to fire. Automatic safety. There's no anti-bear trap in it, so you can push the safety forward, pull the trigger, and decock the barrel. So if you've cocked it, that's all you have to do. Put the safety off, pull the trigger, decock it. The anti-bear on a Virax, it's got an anti-bear to stop you doing that. Take that off, you don't need it. It don't do anything. It's gonna, if it's gonna fail, it's gonna whack your fingers anyway, so that's not helping it at all. That's just added complications for no reason at all. Well, that spring, as you can see the spring, it's supposed to be greased and everything, but it's that old, it's actually starting to rust. This is 100% acetone. For you girly PCP 177 firers, nail varnish remover. No, I'm joking. Well, I'm not joking, it's nail varnish, it is nail varnish remover, but yeah. So what I'm going to do is use this just to get some of the grease marks off. You could use IPA, isopropyl alcohol, but it's easy with this. This removes everything like that. Yeah. Oh, there's a serial number here. Yeah. I was wondering where the serial number was. You know, all these years I've never found a serial number. It's here. I never thought about looking underneath the rifle. Yeah, so if you want to know where the serial number is, it's there. You see it? Yeah. Not that you need to know where the serial number is, but it's there anyway. Right. God, this is the bear 8. Because there's a sear spring. So some people say when they take the safety off, it fires, and they blame that spring. What I've took out, it's not that spring. That's a trigger return spring. It doesn't do anything for the firing mechanism. It's the little, I don't know if you can see a little bar there, and it comes out the other side over here, there. That's a sear spring. That's the bit what makes it contact into the piston, sends the sear up. Yeah. If it's firing when you take off the safety, it's not because of that spring on your trigger. It's because of that in there. Somebody's been messing about with it, or that spring's damaged. So you still get replacements for these. If you actually go online, you'll see a full breakdown of this, a big graph, and it'll give you all the serial codes. And there's plenty of sites on there which actually still sell all the parts. I mean, I was going to get new iron sight for the front of the barrel, and then I thought, well, I've never used the bloody thing anyway, so I'll use a scope. Hence why I want to do that adjustable cheek rest on it. Yeah, you can still get all the parts. So if it's firing and you take the safety off before you've even pulled the trigger, it's because of that spring there, the sear spring. That's the cause of it. Or somebody who thinks they're a gunsmith has been in here and filed down the sear and everything and messed about with it too much and polished it. Yeah, don't do that. Just leave the sear alone. Don't start polishing them to make your trigger lighter and everything. All it'll make is your gun more dangerous. And it will go off just randomly. So that's where the sear catches into there. That's the spot where they like to polish this on the trigger, polish it to try and make it lighter. It won't. It'll just make it more deadly. Just remove the spring, adjust the spring. That spring's there and it's got a little adjuster screw in the back. I'm showing you there, but so there's an adjuster screw which goes in here, a grommet screw. Mine's not there because I've took it out because there's no need for it. Yeah. And I've got just a big pen spring which sits in there. And I've completely got rid of the other spring because the other spring is rock hard. You hold it between your fingers and you try and squeeze it. It is rock hard. You can't squeeze it. And it's not needed because it's only there to return the trigger. Hence why you put the big pen spring. Right, let's clean this trigger. I had the Virax out today, the 77, 3 matchsticks. It took me 4 shots to get 3, so at 25 yards. I'm hoping this will do 3 for 3. If I can get it going to what I want it to be. Get off any fluff that's caught on it. Just clean that out. This is just a tough bristle. It's like a toothbrush, but it's not. It's for this, cleaning stuff. Getting into the edges just to clean it out. Anything what's in there. There we go. Clean the bottom of the trigger. Right, spacer. Don't know why I'm looking over there, the lens over here. Yeah, spacer time. So, the thing about being a retro guy and repairing retro gear is you accumulate a lot of crap and you don't know what it's for. I've got these like toughened rubber, real toughened rubber. I've got 2 of them. I had 2 of them. I don't know where they've come from, but they're going to be ideal for spacers. But now I've got to cut them. So you see that round bit there? That's the spring, the grease off the spring. I've pushed it on there to give me the exact size I need to cut it out. If I can cut it, because it's friggin' tough. A pair of scissors. I've got an X-Acto knife, but oh, it does cut all right. Before somebody says, why don't you just get a tuning kit? One, I don't know if there is a tuning kit for this because it's not a popular rifle. It's from 1977. 2, even if there was, I probably still wouldn't get it. Because if you're offering me retro channel, you know I don't do what everybody else does. I'll do my own thing. And I'd rather tune it my way. And then I'll be happy that I've tuned it my way. If you get me. I don't know what I'm saying myself. Roundish. See if it's any bigger than that. Because it's got to go into the piston, so I don't want it getting stuck on the sides. It's fine. What do you know? I've got to get it into that piston. So we'll have to bring the piston up a bit. So there's your piston in there. See that bit there and that bit there. Just get yourself a screwdriver. Just slide it down the barrel. Like that. You can take the piston completely out. If you line that sear up properly. Oh god, that's wedged now. Cool. Yeah, that's not. That's tight. Yeah, well, anyway, you can move the sear out the way a bit. It's because it's not lined up in there, but never mind. But I'm not bothered about it, so I'm just going to feed it into there and drop it all the way down. So you can see the bottom there. I need to get it in there. I don't know if it's going to drop. Excuse me while I stand up. It's on its side. Now I'm just going to do another one. So I'm going to put 2 in it. And then if it's not right and won't cock, then I know I've put 1 too many in. It should cock though. I've dropped the spring in, so you can see where the spring's just coming over top now. Well, before, this top one here was where that bottom one was. So we've gained that extra coil. Yeah, I've just done all that. I've got to take the trigger apart now, haven't I? Dang it. Oh well, they're staying there. It's not going to go anywhere. There's probably going to be a 2-part, well no, 1 part for you, 2-part for me, because it's getting a bit late now. No, don't do that. Bollocks. Found it. Yeah, bugger. It's a good job I didn't have me shag piled rug over here, innit? Because I'd have never bloody found the thing. Let's get rid of all this crap off of my desk. There's that bit. God, it's lathered in grease. This, when you're getting this spring out, you want to be careful because it's easy to bend it. That's the It's your sear spring. So if that's damaged, because it's easy to damage, that's why your gun's going off when you take your safety off, because of that. Or, like I said, somebody's been in and filed down the sear at the end there and polished it, which you don't want to do. Just leave it. It's not going to make the trigger much, well, it will make it a little smoother, but it'll also make it bloody deadly. Go off. 47-year-old glooped grease all over it, and that one on the safety. This is the sear all cleaned. One thing to remember is before you put it all back together, grease it up. Nice fresh grease. If you look on the sear, so you see these shiny points. This freaking camera. Let's point it down, it'll probably focus a bit better. So these shiny points on the tips, they're not from somebody filing or sanding. That's just time wear and tear. I don't know if you can see, but on the sear, this front end here, it's slightly worn, just a little bow in it, just a tiny little bit, not major. But eventually what will happen is it'll give way, and then I'll need to order a new sear. You'll know when it gives way because it just shoots off by itself once you've cocked it. So yeah, that's what will happen. But that's what they do. They polish these ends, polish that end there, polish the top, and then the back bit, which is for the trigger, they polish that as well. Or file it a bit, take the edge down a bit, and then give it a good polish to make the trigger lighter. But it don't make it any lighter. It just makes it want to go off by itself. Right, all these pins. I don't know why I have these bright ideas. You know, instead of sitting down and chilling out, I'll just come upstairs and get covered in all sorts of crap and chemicals. So this is a full service on a rifle. Complete strip down, degrease, and then re-grease. Check parts. Like that sear, I didn't know that sear had that little wear on it. Eventually it'll go, so at least I know when I click the safety in it for fires, I know what the problem is. It's that sear because it's worn down too much. Well, not at the moment, it's probably got another 5-10 years worth, so by then I'm not bothered. Keir Starmer has his way, we won't have friggin' air guns, let alone anything else. He banned everything else. He's only been in 130 days. Still, at least the petition, as of today, is over 2 million. But not that they do anything. Parliament don't have to act on the petition. And he won't act on it, because he's brain dead anyway. Oh no, I shouldn't have said that. I might end up in jail. They might remove a murderer and put me in jail in his place. Oh well, shit happens. Free hotel. If I haven't come across on a dinghy. I don't need to re-grease this. Well, I will give it another coat, but it's not long been greased. I forgot to do it inside the trigger guard. Trigger case in here, the housing for the trigger. That needs cleaning out as well. So that's what happens to grease over years upon years. It congeals, makes it, instead of it making it slippery, it starts to make it sticky. So if you've got an old rifle and you're having a problem with the triggers or anything like that, and they're sticking and they're not doing what it used to, it's probably just your grease. Just give up the ghost. I've got sear clips pliers downstairs for this, but I never get them out. Got engineers, sear clips, proper sear clips for stuff like this. I never use them. There we go. weight. So what happens when you cock the barrel, put it down, the sear activates, pushes that spring over the notch, pushes the safety back. Yep. And when you push safety forward, it springs over that there's a little triangle notch there, springs over it. See like that. Now, the trigger, oh hang on, trigger goes in after. I've got to put the stuff back in here, and right, get them flat. That one, there we go. Then drop that down. And that, spring back in. Oh hang on, before I do that, just want to grease the spring up a little again. Me holding it and taking it out and back in is just gonna, it's just degreased a lot of it. You can grease this end, even though it's the piston end, it's on the inside of the compression chamber, so it's not going to make any difference. Oh. Drop that in. Like that. Lay that back down. Clean my hands because I won't be able to do this with greasy hands. Ideally, you should use a clamp for this, but if you should use a clamp for that, really. If you've got guns like me, you don't like clamps are for girls. Overrated. I'll just give myself a hernia in my arm. Yeah, well, it's done now. Not the hernia in my arm, the back block. I had this all nice and clean and spotless and looking beautiful, and now it's just covered in grease. So I can't test fire it anyway tonight because obviously it's too late. My neighbours are pretty good around here, like I said. They don't complain. Oh no, hang on, put the spring back in. So again, big pen spring, straight down the hole, goes that way. There you go. Get rid of that. Put the spring back in. Pin. Oh, there we go again. Trying to line the bloody two holes up. There we go. Right. Now you need to get the barrel stop pin out for this next bit. So just type it out, punch, get it out of your way. Right, we need some grease on that spring. Don't need a lot, just to stop it from rusting, because obviously it was in there. Get rid of that. That back in, it's housing, get rid of the grease. Right, so again, it's a top of barrel, breech pin, little cutout facing up. Stick that in there, so you've got the bigger wedge on the bottom. So that hits your barrel stop bar and then pushes in as it goes past it, springs back out and locks it. Right. Bit of grease wood on my fingers will do it. There you go. There. And it'll stop, it won't go any further. Because now you need to push that locking spring down there, that pin. You need to push it in and then tap this down. So you need to push it in to get past that notch. Got it. Bit more. There we go. Sweet. At least I'll never have to do that again. Thank God for that. Now you can put your barrel stop pin back in. This is relatively easy, this one. Too far. There you go. Yeah. That's that. That's it now. So what we're going to do is test the cocks and locks. Oh, hang on. Get that down. So like I was saying before, when in the back here, see this little groove out here, back of the stock, you want to fill that with like not a 5p or something trimmed, something about 2mm thick, even a washer, and trim the washer down so it fits in there snug, and it'll stop your back block, because if there is a gap between the back block and the stock, and that's why that hole will stretch if you overpower your spring, or overload your spring, I should say. If you've done it right, it should cock and lock. Ooh, sorry. Just working the grease through it. It's locked. Push the safety forward, pull the trigger. Yeah, it's worked. Yeah. Again, cocked. Push safety forward, pull the trigger, and you hear the click. There you go, decocked. So when you do that, cock it, if you pull that safety forward, it hasn't sprung up. So it's not auto firing. Yeah. Until you pull that trigger, you hear a click then. And that releases the sear. So it's the sear spring what causes the automatic firing of these. This and the Vulcan, which is the model after this, is virtually the same thing. Both have the exact same problem. So don't concentrate on your tension spring for your trigger, because it doesn't make any difference. You do need a return spring on it, but that's not the cause of auto fire. I can't clean it with a dirty rag. Right, what I'm going to do is put the scope back on. I'll do it tomorrow actually, because I'm going to call it a day now. But tomorrow I'll put the scope back on, give it all clean on the outside because I've covered it in grease. Now I can do some test firing. I'm looking for about 9 foot-pounds. 9.5 would be a bonus, but 9's fine. Back to original state. It was never a powerful rifle. It was a Garden Plinker basically. But people did hunt with it. I don't know why. For you, a couple of seconds. For me, a few beers, a shit movie, and a sleepy poos. Welcome back. Well, welcome back next day. A couple of seconds for you. Right, so I've put a shim between the back block and the stop on the stock. Yeah. That'll stop that expansion from the hole from the pin. Let's, where am I? Go to the new string. Let's get this back on. Oh, is that not on? Oh, I thought I'd just switch that on. There we go. Right, so obviously there we're shooting at the lead disc with the impact target. Right, so gold star 14.6 grain. Right, let's get comfortable. Oh, safety's nice. Before, the safety was a bit gloopy, and it wasn't as loud as that. But yeah, let's get rid of all that crap. Right, anyway, where are we? Let's see if it's scoped in. So we'll go for that impact target on the lead disc. 9 foot-pounds. I was going for about 9.5. I was preferring 9.5. 10 would have been really nice. But yeah, 9's fine. I can't see where that pellet went. I haven't scoped it in yet, so I don't know where it went. I'll probably see it when I look back at the footage, but I don't know where it went. I'll try that again. I need to at least see where it went. Oh, hang on. I think I see it. I think it's the one to the right. I don't know what that first one was then, because that's not far off centre. That impact target, they're a 2-inch impact target. Yeah, 2-inch. And the centre is the size of a 5p piece. Yes, I don't know why that other one went. It might have been me pulling it, but the rifle still needs to settle down a bit. But so I don't expect any magical shooting today. Apart from that, it's frigging cold. Try again. Nine foot-pounds, bang on. Yeah, that seems all right. Just needs a good clean now because gun grease all over it. I'll have another go, I suppose. Yeah. I will be messing with it off camera after I've finished doing this bit. I thought this bit I'd be scoping it in. I thought, for some people who don't know how to scope a rifle in properly, or zero a rifle in properly, so I have seen videos out there where somebody takes a shot and then he guesstimates and then takes another shot until he's getting closer to it. That's not the way you do it. You take 3 shots and then take the average, leave the rifle in that exact place, point of aim, and then adjust it to where the average of those 3 pellets are. That's how you'll get your 0. But then I thought, most people know it anyway, so what's the point? It's safety, clunk. It's bang on. Yeah. It's all right, isn't it? Like I said, I preferred it about 9.5. 10 would have been better, but that's fine. It was only 9 when it was brand new anyway. Your favourite. Let's have one more. Why not? Like I said, off camera. After I've had something to eat, I'm going to Just keep playing with it until I'm completely happy. Don't close door. It's not a bad group, is it? Yeah. 9.2 foot-pounds. So it is creeping a little, going up there. But like I said, it may go up a little bit, and it may settle down a little bit as well. So, yeah. So, two flip caps have come in today. So you'll see a photo of it at the end with the flip caps as well. So, but it's done now. It's complete. Well, apart from the cheek rest. Still debating whether to cut it and make a razor adjustable, or just pad it up, make a pad what hangs over it. It's fixed to it, like, but out of that leather there, same leather as what the gun rest is made out of. Yeah. Go on in. One more. Why not? Be my last one though, because I'm starving now. Watch me screw that up. Yeah. Not a good way to finish a video. Completely missed the target. It's a little light, but a penny would cover all that, I should imagine. 9.1, 25 yards. So, which I'll zoom that camera out now so you can see. But, yeah, that's not bad. It's only a garden plinker. Like I said, it's not for shooting, hunting, or anything. It's just for messing about in the garden. So once I'm happy with it, I'll play with it after I've had something to eat, mess around with it for a bit, and then. Hey, thanks for watching. See you. Yeah. Yeah, morning. Get in. Yeah. Nice.